Pacho be me na how to say.
Nyame adom na so.
Nyame adom nyame gusu hira me.
Nyame ase. E bon pa is on show sa mai.
Amen. Na say na ase mintimi nna yi.
Ale.
Mintimi nna. Me dwen mo ho.
My heaven.
Chelsea.
I think now we join Chelsea.
Sa sheme. Say the next 4 years mo be the best club in the world. Mama short.
Anyone share you baby you know I can say one.
Sheme pa.
Any start to pay mo je duro no. Yes I dey be 4 years.
Da bia na mani ti ana me dwen ho.
Ne.
Enkofu e ba ne sen.
No problem.
Enu mutimi share Paris Saint-Germain. Omo ye den.
No problem pa.
Ha mi mum. Mama short.
Go hu doctor. Now on pedro. Yeah, yes I dey asebeto. Somewhere.
Nyame adom. Ya trodru ma me.
Mezumo ho ye.
Me nkuto bi no. Mintimi na.
Okwa ma ho mo first aid by box.
Me pe wo dru utro bi ma me.
Oba dru tia o LPF so dru awaton nya dru ketwa. Hwe wa hwem.
Kemfos.
A Kemfos.
Say dem say agisem koto Kemfos.
That's why no one.
Mintimi na.
One of Kemfos detective. Rich Makai no mekai na mesaka. Menye sure say snack bia ho no my better than H&H Gary mix. And see an ebusu. Every provision shop, every store be a wo man tem bia. About 12 now per gari. I was very nice nya fe na akoto gari akoto esichire akoto milk kesi akoto anu na ntati abem. Iti unya to H&H Gary mix ba ko na bi egu o container mo cap mo bo mo bibia no. Rich die we die ensuo bi abeso dugum ya ensuo dide ensuo nyunu fast me dey ana me ye gari so kinzana me pensuo nyunu mama nkatie na ye mo H&H Gary mix nkatie na ye yeah now o dey gum about 12 ya fast
sure
o boarding house in Tentem o you be call long journey big trucks na no pay H&H Gary mix na o dey aka ho na bibia kama
na kofi you cook KNUS ya shuttles no nye easy
also what you
serious
okay. Nah, I don't know.
Heaven's Gate na FM to see how say serious.
Is there one more shuttles then? So I don't know. Me can't say you dia sending me video.
Yeah.
And I shared the video. Now you dia the contact of the driver and mommy. Now, well, need to me yes my SMS call. Now drivers ni I could see a very nice thank you to them.
Sure.
You dia sent me penny din quickly now. We give him a good morning. I'm hoping say be a better on one. But of course, I almost shuttle every morning. We are Mr. Amwa. Mr. Amwa Dean from UDA. Yes, so a shuttle driver of KNUST. And usually in the bus no on it. You ever call back to him. Rich, do you remember the issues of Marco Crea? Who said, okay, Marco Crea Chelsea Toronto 2022. If I'm not mistaken, for £62 million from Brighton and Hove Albion. And I think he played under Thomas Tuchel, Frank Lampard, and Graham Potter, even before Mauricio Pochettino Monia de Adeba. Rich, edu maybe on. Me a source of Bekai. Not Chelsea fans and Casa Pese could create a fake team in Muko. Now, in fact, it was in January. Chelsea wanted to take Marco Crea on loan to Manchester United. Mykhailo even at that point in time, United's fans be say, Masa, Omo di Kukrea yede. Omo mpe Kukrea. I remember on Twitter. Now a serious thing. They don't want Marco Crea. Why am I bringing this back? There is a documentary series that Marco Crea and the family are involved on Prime Video. And inside documentary series, no. Rich, Mark recounts sa 2022 no about Chelsea no. Neba a obabe wo no. Ana akra no autistic. Oh, and he had not dealt with something like that before. So Obeka Chelsea near around that time, no Graham Potter Taika say say Kukrea dealing with some family issues be affecting the performance. Oh dear. So what joining me on Facebook I don't need to play the audio for you because there are subtitles. It will be subtitles and I can also read them to you. According to Kukrea and the wife, friend Claudia, very beautiful lady. Now, according to Kukrea and this time, Claudia and Kasa. Osi omudi kan wo mobano. Omu notice says some signs be as that in him, we saw that some things were different with other kids. Or say, Omudiniko beach and as a poolside. Do you want to go upstairs? Do you want baby or the cranny be we didn't find too much. Also, onu kukreano. Onu onim adie autism. No onim Down syndrome. Eye school and our cranny corner no catch and na mo ba no nim say or was that birth deficiency we. No see him. And okay say time na no hwe. And in the video Makukrea was crying, recounting what the family any or no have gone through since that 2022 time. Why am I going back to the chair? Wow. Who interview no anymore? Kukrea says Oshegoa. Ne dance celebration or yas or yen is a zero. I see a representation of a boyfriend, a penguin, and penguin will swim.
Sure.
And according to him, penguin, Bemebiano don't ever leave their family. No matter how difficult life gets. We are Bemana, a penguin, a boy penguin, constantly they are with their family. Into you know, the reason why when he scores, he does that celebration is to remind the wife Claudia and about Rio money and the other say in those difficult times he stood by them and he will constantly be by them. Rich, life has turned for the better for Marco Crea. Can you imagine say in 2022? And then Raminu sorry and say our Nasser for say almost 70 million. Break Chelsea for Marco Crea. Rich, Enka Obeka Biashemo Chelsea. Inka 2 seconds scramble.
I'm going to decide it.
They will let him go. But Al Nassr, per the report, were interested in Marco Crea, found out about Marco Crea, want to be from their team. Chelsea have been clear and through the Telegraph say Uko mu team Nima, there are 6 untouchable players. Marco Crea also 3. When you take Cole Palmer, you take Enzo Fernandez, you take Moise Caicedo, you take Marco Crea himself, you take Rhys James. There's one other person that's part of the
Nicholas Jackson.
No. Levi Cole, Nicholas Jackson on
Jackson
on counter.
And I am a top player on your untouchable. So Osimsuar
I didn't go for City Jackson. Jackson cow. Oh yeah, that kid Jackson were touchable.
Ni baby ako.
Jackson the one here better now.
Yeah.
When you bad check, I didn't know. We try to open Jackson.
Oh,
the way I can create a story, Jackson's story makes me tell you. What man tell you?
In fact. Senegani on your drew. I know the Watkins money. Benjamin Sesko Moana Kofa Jackson.
Our Premier League experience.
Oh. Say no the Yankee Befa Oli Watkins.
Which any year 2 seasons at Jackson have been normal or double digital.
A player of Chelsea. The national team Senegal. Maybe more.
The business
and not show Chakwa no Yadi. Player Papa be your national team.
Bola idea no but start Senegal. So a different striker.
Yeah.
So no so or a physical Jackson in Tessa.
But player of Chelsea. Week in, week out, you are playing as a commanding player with national team.
I
was a coach in the first level now. Would you can't crowd throw the answer of a trauma maka?
Mimi put them in
place. What can say on a national team?
Yo.
Okay, do I am England?
Any could say.
Because he say,
Miss Rich, only what is equal to 30 was when 30.
Yep.
No problem. Okay, no problem.
So 40 cry upon no chain.
No problem.
I go on your 20 years.
Chelsea for a pair of shiny toys. And who play a full front of my ditch that. I don't think Chelsea will sell Nicolas Jackson. I can't answer several times.
Be a crying and I just over to
no problem to me. I'll keep him. Rich. And now, after Chelsea debunked the story, Nia since Chelsea for any person Marco Crea contract extension. And he is going to be rewarded our Chelsea want him. I think that he deserves to go. From one player from Chelsea to Manchester United to wait. Rich, someone can say Garnacho that the season has ended for him at Manchester United. And Mykhailo say Ruben Amorim is over. Can say players no more can say money future of Manchester United maybe they may come in. Me ignore story for a very long time. Only Sakura man Mudi Koma. Anytime be a member be a me Orlando Garnacho be a me say Orlando Garnacho to Chelsea no me any serious story man. I don't want to talk about it. But to be very honest, I chanced on certain portions of information be that is making me believe okay, Chelsea for have a plan. What is the strategy? At left wing, Chelsea ain't here left wing as CCA. There is Jimmy Gittins. There is Joao Pedro can play there. There is even a friend is saying Javi Simons who can play there. There is also Pedro Neto who can play there. Almost 4 players can play on the left wing. So Chelsea don't necessarily need a left winger. But Rich, just like the story of Mike Mignon being an opportunity in the market, you know, Chelsea for no say, okay, maybe Alejandro Garnacho can be an opportunity for us. It would him. Let us not stress it. Young can't boy any agents and any boy and they say, if United say they don't want you, we will play the waiting game as long as possible. Which to the extent that Chelsea for are willing to wait to the end of the transfer window. How many say Drew Onuma because Mwanka somebody the evaluation of the player and perform now. We can get Alejandro Garnacho for 25 million, for 20 million, and then possibly become a squad player. Or because squad player no one, it is going to be an opportunity for you to justify. So bet me about consistently amongst the so-called first timers no Chelsea. And then they can go on and sell players because Chelsea for already are very, very good at selling players. And if as the season goes on, Chelsea will go in and have conversation with Abrantia, Jeffredo, Alejandro Garnacho. Which there is an update on Joao Hato. And a lot of the people that we speak to in recent times now saying is that Acha 24 hours to 48 hours. Joao Hato will be a Chelsea player. I think 48 hours, but my okay, it's maybe the back 72 hours. Let's wait till somewhere around Friday. Chelsea can do the deal. But what is the hold up? Hold up bringing about Sika. Ajax Amsterdam as a club 2 seasons ago in the 23-24 season and making a net loss of about 9.8 million euros as a club. In terms of liquidity in the cash flow, Ajax Amsterdam have found one thing in that regard. And as a club, they want to make sure that they get back to the top. Ubeka 23-24, they didn't qualify to the Champions League. Last season, Europa League, no boy. And even with that, Frankfurt, they couldn't go further in the competition. So affect your cash flow. And yes, sir, in Kabia Jane Cromwell and Kumbeti Chelsea for a better friend Joao Hato. Because when he signed a contract extension to 2028 in Chile, it means that he has 3 more years on his contract. A player who was captain of the club, likely he wasn't supposed to go. But the problem right now is that Ajax wanna catch Chelsea say enka 60 million na komope. Originally, Ajax wanted 60 million and nothing else for a branch friend Joao Hato. Chelsea wants to say paying 60 million for a 19-year-old. Whilst we also have a 20-year-old in Renato Vega, Atletico de Madrid, who communists to pay 40 million. It be a little bit exorbitant. Into your market Ajax want to say, and somewhere within the region of 34 million to 40 million for a branch friend Joao Hato, then they can do a deal. It's Chelsea for the first offer, I asked for able to go. They've gone with the next offer for a branch friend Joao Hato. Say yes, they will pay the base amount of money somewhere in the region of 34 million. But remember, add-ons na be. Then I asked the phone, they will change the structure. They can bring a branch friend Joao Hato. We are expecting say in the next bare 48 hours, Chelsea should have their man. And same for a branch friend Javi Simons, very well advanced in that regard. Chelsea should get their player. When I saw the front page of Sport, maybe someone will say, hey, Rich now. Inka play our operation there. Inka it's not supposed to be controversial. But in front of Sport, there is a picture of Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. And Sport for no actual in Spanish, obviously. Operation controversial operation. That's the translation, loose translation about English. Rich. Inka sembi any one. But in the last few weeks, so Bekaya, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen echo ne Twitter. After seeing a Barca advising say ne lamba surgery say oye ne china owo pains kakano onkonkoye surgery. He came on Twitter and he wrote this. I say, dear coolers, I wear the colors and the jersey of Football Club Barcelona with great pride. Whether on on or off the pitch, in moments of success and in difficult times. Today, it's a personally difficult time for me. Physically and athletically, I feel very good shape. I feel in good shape. Although, unfortunately, I am not free from pain. After intensive discussions with FC Barcelona medical team and external experts, the quickest and safest way for me to fully recover is through a back surgery. After my last operation on my back, I returned on the pitch after 66 days. Almost 2 months. This time, the doctors believe about 3 months will be necessary as precaution to avoid risks. This is where I want to end. Rich, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen is a statement to be to about, you know. The rumors from Catalonia and Barca is that they are not excited to say Marc-Andre Ter Stegen and Barca say he will return after 3 months. But per omo doctors, you know, they believe that such surgery coupled with the knee surgery Marc-Andre Ter Stegen recovered from last season, you know, he is going to come earliest in 4.5 months to 5 months. Now, there is a catch here. Rich, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen said, you know, only the same doctor. This is the lady. She's called Emilio Leglis or Bordeaux or France, or a specialist lumbar endoscopic surgeon, Nejuma Parano, using endoscopy to do those surgeries. No, and what Marc-Andre Ter Stegen surgery. So we read this Ter Stegen statements now. According to him, after speaking to Doctor No and the team, no, they have told him that he's going to be back in 3 months. But Barca, in their statement, didn't point out the number of days about your friend Marc-Andre Ter Stegen ever. Barca's statement was open. Almost say Ter Stegen's back surgery, a preliminary medical report was issued to specialist Amelia Eglis, who has estimated a 4-month recovery period. The timeline is crucial as La Liga regulations. This is not where even I want to go to. Rich, Barca were not clear on the timelines of Abranche for the Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. According to Ter Stegen's statement, only experts like Kasai, which is Emilio Leglis.
I know what I'm say. By 3-4 months, yes, ready.
I was saying the first one is 66 days, which is 2 months approximately. Yeah. But next one we be 3 months. Rich.
So on what was achieved here? Ter Stegen.
Maybe can't say me then. I'll see if you'll be able to answer. When is any say Ter Stegen going to surgery now? I say on betting replacing the salary, you know, gross salary, you know, Barca 4 books or so, and then be able to register Frank Gas, one Garcia. But Rich, do you know that the rule is clear? Say the injury announced the player anywhere plan should be out for at least 5 months.
Okay. Well, Sana.
Yes, because the player could every 2 weeks and at 3 weeks. So
Barca for the
when I saw the rules for that, I was said down because any crown say 4.5 months crown Rich. Barca for the team go catch if on La Liga points 4.5 months they say any 5 months or by 18 months more. It's 5 months, which is in January. It's by January no bar. Either some turn and come on loan to another club, then they will let one Garcia play. Rich, only say Marc-Andre Ter Stegen edge 12 million yearly. So it means that each month, in and around 1 million. So 1 million, no, so 4 or 5 months, no, Ebema Basta 5 million euros. 5 million euros, no. Uko Obitse one Garcia on the same salary as Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. So it means that registered Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, one Garcia in the Barcelona team. It's your own Barca for the. In fact, if you go to Catalonia today, Radio Catalan and the likes, there are journalists on those radios angry at Ter Stegen. Right, to the extent, so almost say, Abraham loses our Champions League semi-final game against Inter, Ter Stegen and Tukai, because I'm catching someone in that. They said that on the final day of La Liga, he was supposed to speak to the Barca fans or sabotage there. It's almost stripping of the captaincy of Babakra. Because he can't be captain of Football Club Barcelona and then do what you are doing over there.
So I don't say I can't terminate the contract. Say, Gruma, I the emotions near the day.
But what?
Terminating the contract on coffee.
But what would Ter Stegen do?
Barca for no yes, sir.
Oh, yes,
they will do that.
Obviously.
No matter what,
you see, Barca was smart in the first instance by not putting a timeline from Ter Stegen recovery in our statement.
Yeah.
because on by go back and forth to the extent that when is a Barca medical team na football medical team na cause out Asia on them. They went to call one doctor from a basketball team to travel with Mykhailo Ter Stegen to get the details of recovery. Send one present La Liga. They have 30 days to do that.
No announcement no grant you Ter Stegen is. A club Barcelona. And then change as all metros are branch no Ter
Stegen am Barca for first time on the side, but it looks as if
no we na branch na ye yeah. I disagree, but the choir Barca so did not fast
which but then now be it's
not due respect. I mean, we are talking about Mark and Ter Stegen.
You see some of these things every day I tell you say say I thought they be a Ubo player dean, and I agree what Bob Brown a big player, but it is business. At the end of the day, yes, we are Ter Stegen that you were Ter Stegen and
also can carry as a goalkeeper.
So no problem. Tell us idea you can be our captain. You can win. Only Barca want to win. Barca the one Casabebri. At the end of the day, in general, you go on loan. So and for me that's the big deal. Barca
and Titini on so Barca.
Is it wrong that a club wants an improvement on you?
No.
Yes.
But you see, so Casa Mark and Ter Stegen, number 3. Number 3, not even number 2, number 3.
No, but Rich,
in a position that nothing to Lucy.
Rich, but you see, Rich, and then I say me BB.
And a manufacturer grab for
Rich, multimedia surround up catch SN me later catch him say Fiifi-Manfred Asante kwachi. We are sorry, but then say you don't miss the standards of multimedia. You know Nyajuma. I have family at home to feed. Yeah. But do they care? It's a business decision.
I understand.
You have to move on.
The American so Argentina say yes, I'm my branch in move on.
But that's what they want to do.
I'm on country as a chairman. Go back and brand.
Let's just take it on where is the results now. I'm going to
so hard you do.
On no Rich now Lewandowski over Saudi Arabia.
I don't think so.
Because that's a financially it would have been good for Barca. Who said
not Barca and cover striker being.
Oh, say senior man about.
Why?
Marcus.
Senior man, the Barca TV for many.
Last season, Lewandowski said 26 goals.
Second season, we created their 5 us. The first season, there's a new league branch in the Kobo.
But what about
adaptation? BBR will take time.
What about the money involved?
Good.
Barca can make as much as 30 million for Robert Lewandowski.
It's good, but the way forward.
Again, as I can one season, maybe send me more information. I can one season on the contract. So, season this one. Before Barca will extend our obligation, option to extend for a further year, unless he has been able to play 50% of Barca's games. Lewandowski last season injuries, he got crack. Any Marcus Rashford one bay. Is he guaranteed 50% of games for him to go on? Okay. Will Barca want to take the money? I think that these are the questions. Barca, I don't know if you want. Then now, Inaki Williams be confirming as Mykhailo as he said, Barca for the PR and normally pushing Nico deal.
Okay.
And you can have several David Egomuniska. Luis Diaz no kana omo dede na no mo.
But you make me be so you be answer na. Brian Mbuemo aye interview but what?
Brian Mbuemo. Mete se wo bo.
O ti se Gabi e ma me boy. Aye. Be ntwa wani so. Brian kan bibia ba ni interview no.
Oh, there is always say be come Manchester United.
No, so on why me because who be show na player kakaka say interview.
Brand Mbuemo le player kakaka.
And some be men na tina radio suri TV so aka.
Nenye one say ma menka United asem.
O ba ya, wetin ya kan sem we ni na wanka no asem.
Me say okache me say the team ma menka asem. Okache me say ma menka United asem. In fact, Oba me wo be bomb mama na say.
Eti kan na Oba no. Bisa permission free me.
Obi a
so Richard and me hu Brand Mbuemo interview. Besa me kan eno kwa de meti be diama.
Wa ba be ka che me kra say ya odabo wa ma aton kra fa wo so be ka che me say ma menka United asem bi. It's United for the say I need license to talk about you. It's my bomb interview. What I'll do is that league in start here.
Okay.
That one is analysis. I'll come and do it.
Say how they by the end show we. We know me but no. Say now person.
No, my one I say my main team was.
So also won't come in meeting once a
month. I say my main can.
Main can.
Who catch him say me Brand Ukraine room say me come United asem.
I'm thinking now by any Mbuemo do and catch him so.
No be
when he interview person me can want him. I'll grant you that permission. No what can want.
Obi am branding ya.
Oba ya what can some na what the Brand Mbuemo interview.
Obi am
we say na person e kono radio no so no problem.
Obi am
me no be kono.
relax.
You back con smoothly.
Obi am a brand enye. Na me 20 minutes me from Beka United. Abra.
They say man who say oh no umpe peace. It's the bia mama war you this guy. Yeah, interview ke say BBC nom CNN obia and obia carry interview no. Every sports program obia discuss branding boy. Ubaya was down.
Na branding boy okay.
Was aka offer ho a.
Na branding boy okay.
So Manchester United season na you room. Yeah, kwaji Premier League.
Eh, salo
okay. Sorry ben chewi.
Okay.
Ko na kai.
Any same coach.
Transcript no, go and read it.
Also be Premier League.
Big interviews you went to me and discuss it. On can say ala mama na o me discuss it man.
Rich. Now you boys necessary we you so okay so be Premier League. As a cash na no.
Oh, there be or say. Manchester there. Say you rare competition bia your contenders. Oh, me say. Na say my team na
you coach Premier League no. You be say we do be church.
Ah, 19k kwa dey.
Me
na o feel say Premier League no. And numbers me person you come make here.
Today now Amorim
you are not making up the numbers. So
Amorim got to press conference car said this season we will suffer and they want it.
Said he.
Some be brain want it.
One can be ada.
And I know you remember. And you remember me.
So way.
Me so way to say that make action.
Oh, say it in a group baby come ban. Negative ones you also be coming. Positive ones all ba catch them.
Negative ones ba come.
Now brand you.
And
so me no be pia.
And the codes ni you know. Champions League games no na. But we say boys they say this season there see a deeper I'm sure say once the season starts it's going to be good. We see the Monday and the sense with the so 4 codes in 5 games for Menra. Iti Michelle say after one journey as a coach the my Betway code. I say maybe boss where the amount na work on what could track on Michelle Rich. First one a 2-1 F4 EB57. Second one a 2-1 F4 BM E6FE. Third one a 2-1 F4 DDCE. Next one a 2-1 F4 D986. And the last one a 2-1 F4 CA3C. Rich. Me a bonfire and Nesso coach no. Now, Maminche 2000 Mama Koti just before so I could track code no. G 2000 Ghana cedis. Now for go super. Me na me man no pay. For go schools can you be sense to be bridge. So can make the money power.
Lucky winner 0554-939 0554-939 when you're 2000 say Obi Ebisa says since when and a brand in Buemo a big player.